Alright, this is Ship of Harkinian, Ocarina of Time port, DeCompilation project. It's available for Mac, PC, Linux, I think, pretty much everything. Raspberry Pi, I think, but this version is the Windows port, and this game was decompiled several years ago by teams of people, and then they were able to like replicate all the game's functions one by one meticulously until they had functioning Ocarina of Time that runs natively on Windows. So pretty cool. And because this is not a because we're not emulating this is a native application, opens the door to a whole host of mods and changes and patches, and it basically busts the game wide open and allows savvy developers to kind of tweak and change lots of little things that either annoyed people or made the game, just held it back in various ways, basically. Most notably, for me, 60 FPS. The game's running in 60 frames a second. That's probably one of the most basic upgrades. Not sure how hard it was for them to implement it, because I know in some games it's simple and some games it's not simple to implement like a frame rate increase, but that's something that I would have been definitely interested in from an official Nintendo product. But the NSO version of Ocarina was pretty lackluster when it came out. What's up, Robo? Perfect time. I'm glad, man. That's what I was hoping for, you know. I've actually been like prepping to go live for like an hour because I've been like deciding what to play and then fixing the lighting and stuff. Just little stuff. I was just like tweaking it before I got on. I wanted to make sure that when I went live, I didn't have to restart the stream for any reason, because I've done that a lot in the past, like start the stream and then immediately kill it because something's wrong, and then I just find it easier to reboot the stream, but then it kind of messes up your initial goodwill with anybody that got the notification for the first one. Like, they click on it and then you kill the stream immediately, and they're like, you literally just got off Steam from finishing my Kingdom Hearts series. Oh, nice, dude. How was the marathon? Like, how did that go? Oh yeah, there's free camera in this game, I forgot. Let me fix the old free camera real quick. Settings, controller. Camera controls. Alright, first person. Oh, invert camera y-axis. Let's see. There we go. That's a little bit more what I'm used to. That's like modern. It's got modern free camera controls. One of the things about like Ship of Harkinian is the amount of like tweaks and little changes they're able to make because of it being a native application is like no comparison with the original game. There's none of these options. But like having the option to run this game as vanilla or run it with these enhancements is great. The green rupees are all gonna be blue. That's gonna throw me off. And the blue rupees are green. Awesome. Having free camera in this game really changes the way it feels too. Need to watch myself for typos. I'm just completely pumped from beating the last 14 hard as fuck super bosses. Damn, dude. So you just went through like a literal gauntlet of bosses then. And you said you gathered footage of this, like you got it, you're gonna post it on your channel, right? I don't know if I've ever seen this home before. I've never actually wandered into this Mito house ever. Maybe like once. Funny just like seeing these little places in this game that I don't recognize. Oh, you're just replaying it for fun. Yeah, okay. I didn't know if you were saying that you had like also recorded it, but so yeah, you were just doing this as an exercise and testing yourself and just to do it. You were telling me about Kingdom Hearts the other day on the stream. You're like, I've never played any of the games myself, but I've read a lot about them and they look fascinating. Like, I'm a fan of Squaresoft in general, especially their IPs from the the 90s and 2000s. Oh, and being able to skip through all this text lightning fast makes a huge difference as well. Even though they addressed it in the 3DS version, it's still not as quick as it is in this game, or in this version, because you can just like basically just, like hyper skip through it. But so how many, you said it was what, how many hours did this take you? Let's see, I'm trying to read if you said how many hours it was. Super bosses in the Kingdom Hearts games are absolute effing hell spawns. Damn. I've never like really knew much about the boss battles in those games. I was just aware of like the general cast of characters being a mix of Disney and Square people. I think this game has it where every Deku stick is catches on fire. Yep. Just skip a large portion of that dungeon. Oh shit, you know what I didn't do? I fucking didn't get the bow though, or the damn bow and arrow. I mean the slingshot. Yo, Retro Alex, what's up, dude? I saw you had just posted something on YouTube like right when I was going live. The games are kind of whatever in terms of difficulty, although they can be pretty challenging. Sometimes with the super bosses in that series, kick fucking ass, yeah. So there are bosses and then there are super bosses in that game. I know like Final Fantasy VII is one of the Square RPGs that I've played the most, and like I play the version that's nerfed where it gives you like an unlimited limit break, and you basically always have like refilling HP, so you can't ever really die or really ever have to fight the enemies in that game. But I remember noticing like, man, if I actually had to play through this game for real, it would require quite a bit of strategy, and I'd have to totally like change my play style and think about what I'm doing. Whereas the version they have of like these Final Fantasy 7 like ports that they have out now basically allows you to just like play through the game like a tourist without actually like engaging in the combat system of the game. So you don't actually have to like get good at it or think about what you're doing to progress anymore in that game. And I don't think the combat was all that hard to begin with, but I know some parts of Final Fantasy require like strategy. What? Oh, I didn't watch it. I just saw that you like right when I was clicking to go live, I saw that my notification said that Retro Alex had like just posted something on YouTube. So I was like, oh shit, there, you know, I knew you were up doing something. I didn't know if it was a live stream or it was a video you'd made, but I didn't get to watch it yet. I just because it was right just now when I was going live. You got 50 subs now? Hell yeah, man. Congratulations, dude. Keep going. The 1.3k views. There was one Let's Players kept a death counter and died around 70 times throughout the Kingdom Hearts 3 base game. And after beating all the super bosses, his death counter was over 700 deaths. Man, that's too many times. That's too much death. I could see that easily happening though in you know, in a Square RPG like I'm sure my death count was up in the hundreds with probably like this game at some point. Crap, I gotta go through the other way. Balls. Yeah, 1.3K is nice, dude. That's nice viewership. Shit. What was the topic? Balls? Oh, I forgot this little watt basket hides back in the ground if you don't attack him soon enough. The dev asked for they asked people to make, or they asked for the bosses to be so hard that people would want to cry. Well, you know. You want me to play your video like I can't, I could on a different stream, like I mean I'd have to like pull it up right now in the middle of the gameplay. Like I'll watch it myself for sure after the stream though. Ah shit. Just blowing off some steam from that game. Just glad I managed to beat it all again at the hardest difficulty. What are the difficulty options in Kingdom Hearts? Like when you start a new campaign, does it tell you? What does it present you with like right when you start a new save file? I'm assuming it's similar to Final Fantasy. Whoa. Did you play the first Kingdom Hearts game when it first came? Was it PS1 was the first one or was it PS2? I think it was PS2. Series most of the time has 4 options: beginners, for casual, standard. For casuals, proud. For casuals, and critical if you actually want. Oh wow, so really none of the difficulty options are actually serious. You know, like the difficulty options in like Ocarina doesn't really have any, but Link's Awakening, for example, the remake, not the original, but the remake has a like a hero mode similar to Wind Waker. Wind Waker's got a hero mode in it, and basically they don't organically like increase the challenge, or I don't know if the word organic is correct, but they basically increase the challenge by like altering the way item drops work. And so it's not really like a true, like the enemies don't get faster or quick-witted, the AI doesn't get sharper or better. They just like increase the amount of damage that you take basically, or decrease the amount of health you have access to total. Took out Goma in record time there. Like the games are piss easy on everything else, yet on critical it just goes up to 11 and kicks people's ass. There's no in between. Yeah, yeah, and that's what I was about to say. Like on a, as far as a challenge goes, now this game, like Ocarina of Time, I would take a more challenging version because it absolutely, I don't really find any challenge to the combat. Like there's a little bit of challenge left in this game, but not much. Um, the combat in this game is like a muscle memory for me, and if they decrease the amount of health I had, it would only make a difference if enemies were doing enough damage to me where I was starting to now die. But when they like change the game, and or when they put a hero mode on Zelda and call it, like, I wish the hero mode was actually like a more, it is a more robust challenge because it's more difficult to avoid death, right? But I wish the game would make it like, would actually up the enemy's AI. Of course, that's just, you know, that's asking too much though, for especially for an old game. If you ever made an RPG, you would have two difficulty options. uh, yeah, normal mode for a challenging yet fair experience, and then a mode called "You're gonna fucking die." Yeah, Doom has that, like "Hurt me more, please," and so like all the different challenge levels are like different descriptions of pain. And Retro Alex says, "I'm back, and did your dog eat your cord?" He's eaten several cords. He actually ate my fiber internet cable. But no, you talking about like right now? No. No, if he did, my internet would just be off. Is the stream quality bad? Is my internet connection not good? Let me test my speed real fast. See what this bullshit is. I could be, every once in a while I'll get on like a super slow hub. My download speed is fast as shit right now, it's good. My upload speed is equally good. Cool. Difficulty options in games are kind of interesting to look back on since I really like learning about game design stuff. If you do, man, check out the Modern Vintage Gamers channel. He just released a video like a few days ago, but it's about the rubber banding AI in Mario Kart. He had one on that, and then he had another channel has got a video about NBA Jam and the creation of NBA Jam and how that game's like code came about, how the difficulty balancing came about. Retro Alex says he hopes he gets famous. You don't have to hope, just keep grinding and keep working hard. I don't think fame in and of itself is something you would necessarily want. I think fame would only be good because you can harness it to like make money and get things done. Great. Telling me to go to Hyrule Castle. What you mean, Retro Alex, is you hope you become a successful entrepreneur / content creator soon. I don't ever expect to get famous, TBH. I just like imagine having a small knit community of people who like the same stuff I do. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. Like I would want to be. You want to be well known, probably in your community. But yeah, like fame, like real modern day fame. Oh, I don't know about that. That might be like, you know, I don't know. I'm sure you could ask people that have experienced it, but I'm sure it's not all it's cracked up to be. I think people mainly, when they want to be famous, what they really want is power and success. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I think fame is good to a point, but I think it loses its. I think our culture right now is undergoing like you're seeing celebrities kind of in Western culture not really have the same cultural cachet that they once did. Like, so you'll hear celebrities come out of the woodwork every couple of years, like for a political candidate or some dumb shit they'll come out with, and the public will have like a bad reaction to it. You know, it'll be cringe and they'll be out of touch because these celebrities are out of touch, and it's like they're trying to mingle with the regular people, but they're really you know, disconnected from the world of regular folk. And I think our modern culture has kind of rejected big time celebrity for the sake of celebrity. I mean, like maybe not all the way, but I know that like movie stars are a dying breed, for example. Yeah, the paparazzi are scumbags. Yeah, they're like the literal bottom feeders, right? But it's like you know, when I was a young kid, like growing up, like movie stars had a lot of like panache and respect, and like if a famous person was coming to town, people would care. It was like a big deal. And I think nowadays we're so saturated with like celebrity and attention, like people are trying to get your attention from every possible angle now, and we're so saturated that like I think the modern culture has kind of rejected like celebrity, especially like legacy celebrities that, you know, people that were big 20 years ago showing up and all of a sudden like, hey, I used to be a big deal, you know. It's kind of embarrassing when these celebrities pop up and expect you to like their opinions. It's like they are used to their opinion carrying more weight all the time because they've been coddled and yes manned their whole life, but then they're like that kind of gets exposed on the internet nowadays because people just don't care anymore like about celebrity the way they used to. Not that there aren't mega stars and there are new celebrities being formed all the time, but like it's sort of like the old guard, the old way of doing things is kind of. I mean, Hollywood seems to be self-destructing or imploding. I think it'd be really funny if we just completely ignored celebrities for a while. Imagine one of our Kardashians like getting like 4 likes on a tweet. Yeah, it's kind of, if you think about it, man, like we sort of are doing that. Like I know that I mean not with the Kardashians obviously, but like a lot of these celebrities are coming out with just whack takes and whack opinions, and you know, they're not like with the common people, so they don't really know what's up. It's just like an example of people existing in bubbles is the Concord flop. Like there was a whole group of investors and people funding that game and like directors and creatives and all these people that were like behind that thinking it was a good idea or saying it was a good idea. But these people were that game's fundamental sin was that it was out of touch. It was just out of touch with the marketplace, out of touch with gamers. And so the market rejected it wholesale, which is awesome. Like seeing a product like that get rejected wholesale to that degree is really what's exciting about like Concord failing. They shut that studio down, Firewalk Studios. They just, I think they made an announcement like today or yesterday that they shut down. So then people are out of a job that made that game. But Darko says greetings from Amsterdam. It's 2:42 p.m. here. Awesome, greetings Darko. Good to see you, man. Greetings from Amsterdam. The real cool celebrities are ones that interact with their communities, like video game voice actors. Yeah, there's some super cool, like was Charles Martinet the Mario voice actor? I heard he was pretty cool, isn't he? I know that Nintendo finally just retired him. They recently announced that they were like done, or that he had parted ways with the company. So like the original voice of Mario is no longer the voice of Mario since the N64 era And they, you know what Nintendo's probably done? They probably have the technology to just like reproduce his voice now with AI. So they're probably just, they have enough sample library of his original voice, and they just don't need to hire him anymore. Because that guy probably makes a heavy duty salary being the voice of Mario. I've heard Keanu Reeves is cool. Everybody seems to think he's like pretty chill. A man of the people. Right. Oh yeah, they can use the character voice to say something fucked up. Yeah. You know what's you know what actually spurred me to install Ship of Harkinian was Nintendo Switch Online being the way it is. Like, I remember first realizing like, oh cool, I can play Ocarina on my Switch. You know, I had bought the Virtual Console games before that, and so I had owned like virtual copies of Ocarina past the original time I bought it on the N64. You know, so like I was used to like the idea of paying for this game multiple times, but it really felt like an insult when like the NSO service came out, and I understood that it would require like a service fee, a monthly subscription to like, you know, play online and play Mario Kart online and all that and multiplayer stuff, but the fact that they like what do you call it, like walled gardened off the emulator or the all the games in like an app, and if you didn't have a current active subscription to NSO, you can't access your game or your save file, whereas that's never been the case in the past. Like Nintendo's never done that subscription model to the point where like you physically don't own a copy of your game anymore. You can't access your game unless you're paid up, and I find that really insulting. Respond to this guy on Facebook real quick. Got a customer in the original hardware. You can send the handles, corner protectors, and rubber feet. Any of that stuff would be great. I can reuse it if possible, and it could potentially shave off about $25 if I'm able to use it. But I have to build the cabinet. spending about $30, $40. Okay, sorry about that. I have another business where I build custom speaker cabs for people. It has not been doing very good. Like it was doing well a year ago, so I went full steam ahead with it. And this year, just I don't know, just people just don't have the money to spend on my products apparently. So it's been very slow, but I'm still getting like, you know, orders now and then. I got used to just not getting any orders because it's been so slow that I just pretty much shut it down, but I'm still getting like the occasional customer that wants some work done, and I'm definitely, you know, wanting to tend to these customers because it's all I got at the moment. I forgot to talk to Malin and get the rooster. Caught intentionally. Fun fact, Robo says the voice of a really popular character from the Danganronpa series had an online survey where people could submit lines for him to read and record in the character's voice. So he would just take like, basically he was just like a for hire, like OnlyFans. You could rent out his voice. Parts that are mounted inside the box on different inside walls. You could take a photo or two just to show me what the old interior looked like. But yeah, generally I should be able to build it without any close-ups. The custom cabinet business is it's a lot of communication with potential customers and a lot of like sorting out the customer's vision, and sometimes it's a lot of back and forth for very little like reason or reward. These customers want a lot of details like addressed it, but they're not spending very much money. Like they're spending a couple $100 with me on a fully custom wooden cabinet, upholstered, you know, glued, measured, everything's all built precisely so they can plug a speaker into it and use it as a part of their live music rig. But they just got so many little like demands and concerns. But the problem I'm at with that business is that the dollar amount they're spending is just not enough to justify the amount of time I have to spend with each one of them. It's like I had one customer asking me for like certain type of work, and it was really expensive to ship because it's really big. And over the period of like 6 months, he would keep asking me. He would throw up the idea every now and then and be like, "Hey, what about this?" And I'd be like, "Well, yeah, we can build that, but it's going to cost $200 to ship it to you." And he's like, "Well, how can we build it where it doesn't cost $200 to ship?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, "I don't really know how to do it so it doesn't cost $200 to ship to you. There's no way to do that." And but like that's what he wanted, you know what I mean? So I couldn't make that guy happy. Or I'm in a weird market where I have like a lot of very needy customers, but they don't want to spend a lot of money. The funniest part of it is that their character in question was a rich a-hole type guy who had one of the smuggest "I'm better than you" voices I've ever heard. Danganronpa. What is Danganronpa? Is that an anime? All right. So we successfully got Talon to run off. Uh-oh. Something's weird with these boxes. They look like glitched out. The series I just mentioned is a video game series. Oh, the Danganronpa. Like, never heard of that. There's so much stuff out there nowadays. Like, there's so many like indie games and news, like just different stuff coming out. It's impossible to keep track of it all. Ah, I thought I was gonna get cute and not get seen by the guard. Damn it. Those games are part visual novel, detective mystery games. Oh yeah, those kind of like those like that lawyer game. What's that game? It's real popular by Nintendo, like Ace Attorney, right? Yeah, that's a popular series. It's sort of like that, probably in that same style that you're talking about. Like it's a um, visual novel, like it's a playable novel. Which one of the first games that I ever remember being like that was a PS3 game called 13. My little brother had it. I remember it was just like a comic book, similar to Ace Attorney. Yeah, it sounds like the same kind of game, right? Ace Attorney looks cool. Like those type of games look really cool. Like I'm sure if you get invested in the story, it's really awesome. Have you ever played Earthbound for Super Nintendo? Or Mother. It might be known as Mother over there, but you probably are familiar with it. I don't know if you ever played it though. The premise is that 15 high school students are trapped in a building and they can only leave if one person can manage to kill another without getting caught. Jesus Christ, man. That sounds pretty fucked up. Crazy. Dark shit. Yeah, so you know about it. Never. Yeah, same here. I've played a little bit of it. I've seen people play it, heard a lot about it, and played a little bit myself, but just didn't really like. I knew I was in for a lot of like reading. I just wasn't in the mood for a text-heavy RPG at the time that I tried it out. But I'd like to go back to it, I think. One second, I have to pee. Rule number 1 of Danganronpa or Danganronpa: never get attached to anyone. So you're saying the proper way to play through Danganronpa is don't catch feelings for any of the players. Ignore rule number 1 and get your heart broken multiple times per game anyways. Yeah. Right. It's like you should try to avoid getting feelings, but practically you probably won't. Here's Randy. He's growing really fast now. He's gained like 3 pounds this week. Randy, buddy. I brought him to a drive-thru yesterday at Chick-fil-A, and the chicks there were like, "Ooh, let me see your dog." Dude, they all want to hold him. The chick magnet. Let's change up Link's gothic color scheme. Give him more of a... Let's see, settings, enhancements. Static editor. Randomize all. Here we go. Brown haired Link with a light blue tunic. I like it. It's even worse because you'll spend literal hours with everyone only for some to become a really unfortunate victim and others to betray the group horribly. Yeah, you can never fully blame most. Ooh, that sounds like that's probably what makes it intriguing. If you have that dynamic of like not knowing who the bad guy is, who the traitor may be, or like till the story develops more fully. That's pretty cool. Alright, we finally got the letter after 45 minutes of talking to Zelda. Okay, let's go jump into the arms of Zelda's butch lesbian assistant, Impa. Impa really... I just thought Impa was like her Zelda's hetero life mate. This ancient melody was passed down from the family to me. Left, up, right, left, up, right. I use the direction keys to play the ocarina because I memorized the notes as directions and as notes. All right. Brave lad. The series is also known for all the culprits getting insanely cruel yet ironic executions when they're caught. Oh, wow. This sounds like a very Japanese product. I think this is faster than walking if you go the right direction. Ah. For example, one culprit is executed by being bludgeoned to death with hundreds of baseballs. Hundreds of baseballs as they're strapped to a post? Damn. Why? I wonder why. Is that because it's like a particularly ironic way for him to go? Don't know why I'm getting this upgrade. I have unlimited ammo turned on. I just like getting the upgrades. I'm glad that the people that made Ship of Harkinian like switched the answer prompt, the yes and no, so he no longer is able to trick you. Insanely ironic, everyone else dies if you get away with the crime, but get caught and you face insane punishments. Damn. Straight, left, right. Straight. Left. Right. I always remember the Lost Woods. It's right, left, straight, left, right. So RL, RL, straight, LR. Alright, made our way to Saria. Now we can get the required hot beat tune to play for Darunia. Since you know literally nothing else about the series, definitely recommended it if you're interested. They're amazing when going in as blind as possible. I know you've typed the name a few times. It was like Drongpongra. It's got an odd name. Down, right, left, down, right, left. Right, left, down, left. Left, down, right, left, down, right. Down, right, left, down, right. Right, A, down, right. Right, C down, right, C down. C down, C up, C right. B, A, Z trigger. Oh, I was like, where's the exit? Sometimes it's fun looking at like the geometry in older video games, like just the starkness of the geometry, like how dead straight these tunnels and these angles are. I love it. Danganronpa, that's the name. Also, never look anything up if you don't want to be immediately spoiled. Good. That's what I'm good at, is not looking shit up. No, like, but no, really though, I'm good at not spoiling stuff for myself. Like, there's still games, very popular games that I have like yet to play that I have not spoiled for myself. What's actually good for me is I do have some short-term memory issues. Just, you know, long story for another day, but I have short-term memory problems, and my memory works, but my short-term memory is a bit impaired, and I especially like random facts and trivia about stuff that I don't really know a whole lot about. If someone presented me with like storyline for one of these games, I might not even spoil it for myself because I wouldn't necessarily remember what game they're talking about. Just type in the series name and Google will immediately spoil who the big twist bad. Oh, I see. So it's one of them. It's like real easy to knock itself off. I'll try to remain a virgin, a Danganronpa virgin. Alright, off to Death Mountain. This alteration, that way, see the map. Man, I'm suspicious of my computer this morning. Like, a lot of applications are taking an oddly long time to load or to close, and my PC never does that. In fact, I reinstall Windows like monthly. Let's see. As a side note, I just really hate it when twists in games are so famous that it's impossible to avoid it. Yeah, like Eris dying in Final Fantasy VII, stuff like that, where it's just, yeah, it's worldwide, it's known. I don't know if it's a Streamlabs software, but it's like bizarrely slow. Check out my my resource monitor. Yeah, it's odd. This very game you're playing. Oh yeah, exactly, right. Chic, Zelda, pretty much all the like every Zelda game's little twist or surprise is spoiled, right? I would say amongst most of the fans, they're all like well known. A lot of the twists and turns are not. You know what? For me, it's like I guess I'm one of those gamers who like story is important to me, because it frames the adventure, like it frames what you're doing. It creates a reason to play the game, but I never like this game, for example, I'm paying attention to like the purely physical aspects of the game while I play it, and I guess it's even the first time I played it, I think I was like, my mind glazed over a little bit when I was reading some of the story, and it wasn't until like down the road that I absorbed more fully the game's narrative as just playing it over and over again. But I never really like I think I was always more sucked in by the aesthetics of the world, or the aesthetics of the character, than like the plot. Although Metal Gear Solid was like the first video game that really like hooked me in with its plot, and I just see, Tears of the Kingdom can literally end up spoiling its own twist if you experience it in the wrong order. I've already heard, like, I've heard some people say what supposedly the twist is, and I don't even know. I might have been spoiled on the game, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Because it's like I don't even pay that much attention to the story. Like, I have a ballpark idea of what's going on in the story. I just am not like, especially some of like the dialogue when it comes up, I'm just like, dude, next. Like, I'm kind of bad about not paying attention to stuff when I should be, probably. Yeah, go ahead. It won't bother me if you spoil it for me, because I'm just interested in the game for its gameplay, really. I found the story kind of contrived anyway in Tears, like it's good, or I'm sure it looks good, but you know. The whole Phantom Ganon pretending to be Zelda, Sonya dying, and Zelda becoming a dragon can all end up being spoiled if you find the memories in the wrong order. Oh, okay, so I didn't... Let's see. At the bottle. Phantom Ganon. So Phantom Ganon pretends to be... Oh, yeah, I did hear that. You know what? That has been spoiled for me already. Because, right, I know at one point in the game, like, Zelda starts acting fucked up. She starts doing some... behaving like not herself, and she's clearly not herself. Yes, that part has already been spoiled for me, but I don't know about the other specifics you just mentioned. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. You know, you wish you could re-experience certain games by erasing your memory. Yep, I know. Dude, you know what? Like, honestly, I've experienced what it's like to have like substantial memory loss. Or to be functioning, to be functional with functional, like a functional person that has like noticeably bad memory. Acute memory, I should say acute memory failure. Somehow erasing all my memories of the story while also keeping my gameplay knowledge, and of course regaining all my memories once the game is beaten. So that's what I was gonna say is like the way that this memory loss that I've experienced works is that my like muscle memory and long burned in memories are all still there. Everything that's been like, you know, etched into my memory from for a long time is all present. My muscle memory is there, but like my ability to remember and experience details of the story in the moment are bad because my short-term memory is not really firing that well. It's not really activated. So I'm playing the game in the moment and having fun, but like I don't remember a lot of it. And so each experience kind of feels like, you know, it's like, oh cool, every time feels good when you boot it up, but you're kind of retreading the same ground over and over again. I think a lot of the appeal to me of games is just like the physicality of these games, the movement. You wish you could do that in a controllable way. It wouldn't negatively impact my brain chemistry. Yeah, like unfortunately the way that I've experienced it, or the reason it's happened to me, is due to me using a certain class of drugs, benzodiazepines, which are like they're commonly prescribed all over the world, and very commonly prescribed popular drugs all over the world, but they're controlled substances and they are abusable. And me using benzos a lot, it's basically powdered alcohol, more or less. That's kind of like how I would describe benzos. It's basically just get like a drunk pill, but down, right, left, down, right, left. But yeah, so using that, or abusing and using those chemicals over like my adult life, well, one of the more recent times that I did this stuff, which was like last year, I ended up with substantial short-term memory loss, like or loss of function of my memory. But it's not permanent, and it's not like it gets better over time. So I'm really just at a deficit for my short-term memory, and like the last probably year, I'll be walk into a different room and not really remember why I'm in there, not remember why I went to grab certain things. It's only for like extreme short-term tasks and extremely short-term memory, but it can be quite debilitating. You know, if it doesn't get any better, it is debilitating. But it does make games kind of a little different to experience, because I remember a lot of the details of old games as I replay them, but a lot of stuff I don't remember from back in the day, so I get to experience it new as if for the first time again because of the way my memory's working, even though it's not really new. Okay, he gave me the bracelet. Okay. What's up, Lava Demon Pyro? What's up, dude? How are's ya? How is you today? Randy? Making you do something, then deciding you shouldn't and quitting the command. Exactly, dude. It's like being controlled by, it's being a Sims character, but yeah, my player is walking AFK or, forgetting what he's doing. Yeah. It's fucked up, man. No, it is pretty bad. Like, a lot of tasks I do just day to day, like, that involve just picking up keys or picking up this or that and walking somewhere or picking up a tool. Like, a lot of stuff does get affected by it. It's quite debilitating in certain ways. Like, but it always happens when you abuse benzos. But this last time I abused them. I abused some particularly dangerous ones off the internet, and it caused like severe memory issues. And that's just one more reason for me like not to go back to doing any of that stuff, because I can't afford my memory to suffer anymore, really. Yeah, like the experience of like walking in a room for a specific reason, but then not remembering what you walked in that room to do. Like, I think that's pretty commonly experienced by most people in general. It's, in my case, it got to the point where, like, every single time I would, you know, walk in a room to do something, I would forget why. And it was pretty bad, but it's gotten, like, way better. And as long as I don't damage my body any further or do any more drugs, I should be fine. I wish my player would start using the money cheats. Like, come on, man, just type motherload in the command bar and get 50,000. Yeah, life would be so much easier. Yeah, I know, man. Like, wish we could just pull up the console for life and start typing in commands. I do too. We have to figure out ways to still do that, but we just have to figure out, we have to be more clever. You're searching for an infinite money glitch. You remember those kids on TikTok a few months ago were like, they were writing themselves bad checks, like that they were literally writing themselves bad checks and then like pulling the cash out of the ATM and then a couple days later being like, what the hell, man? Like where'd my free money go? Right? Control Alt, yeah, just exactly. Warp portal me wherever we need to go. Control V, Control C me. Dodongo's Cavern. I remember when I very first time playing through this, we rented this game for like the weekend and getting to Dodongo's Cavern, and like, man, we thought we had done something. I remember being like thinking I had really accomplished something getting to this dungeon. I don't use TikTok and never will, but yeah, I mean, same here. Like, I don't really like. I have used TikTok, but I don't use TikTok like that. Like, there's an option on here to stream to TikTok, and it's a cesspool, dude. Like, even even Twitch. Like, so when I started streaming a few months ago, I had the like some advice was given to me about which platform to stream on, and they were saying, like, you know, if you want like fast growth, come up potential, TikTok and Twitch, but particularly for game like live streaming video games, like Twitch, right? And then so this person was saying, like, all right, it's basically YouTube versus Twitch, and you have to decide how you want to grow your audience. Do you want to play the long game on YouTube and grow it more like bit by bit, or do you want to experience more rapid growth on Twitch, but possibly experience like a plateau sooner as well? You know what I mean? So they were saying, like, oh, you can grow with Twitch or grow with YouTube. Ideally, you want to grow on both at the same time, but I'm not paying for the subscription fee that Streamlabs wants to do that. So for now, I'm only streaming to YouTube, but when making the choice, to me, YouTube is a better choice to stream to. Like, if you're a live streamer or you're a person going to grow a live streaming platform, I would say go YouTube, because Twitch doesn't have the same targeted advertisement capabilities that Google does. And this was something that Asmongold brought up on his video yesterday, talking about, or somebody else, he was reacting to somebody's Twitch video, but it was like a video on the current state of Twitch, and like the fact that advertisers aren't necessarily happy with the way Twitch handles ads. And there's a lot more potential to earn more on YouTube in general and into the future, because Google or YouTube's more effectively able to put eyeballs where they need to be to drive sales. I think the argument they were making was basically like, there's literal terrorism content on Twitch. Like, there's literal people who are affiliated with terrorists and stuff on there, and depending on how your ads are run, like, your ad could appear on like that channel just as easily as it could appear on a relevant channel. That's a flaw with their design. Bastard. These goons. Fucking lizard. Ah! He's gonna best me. Let this lizard fuck beat me? Shoot him in the face with a slingshot. Chase after this lizard. Finally. Those are some of the toughest little enemies in the game for whatever reason. That little lizard fight. I guess because of the way they make them run away from you. Always annoying. Do this. Speed run the rest of this dungeon. I usually don't even bother with all the Skulltulas, even though some of them I know where they're at and everything, and I find the Skulltula reward structure kind of tedious. It's like, I think 50 is a decent reward, and then you go all the way to 100 for some stupid prize. Just like the Korok seeds, Nintendo's been doing that shit forever. Damn it. Damn bats. I've got my buttons mapped like the N64 with BA. My thumb going BA, so really the Y button on my controller is mapped to B, and B is mapped to A. Because on the original N64 controller, obviously, thumb follows that same angle. At least in game you get infinite money. If you get all the gold Skulltula, too bad there's nothing to spend it on. I know, right? Like there's nothing to spend your money on in this game. It's kind of whack. See how many turns it takes me to get this. 1. Another fight with the lizard twins. Lizard twins. That'd be a cool name for like a group of DJs. A DJ duo, the Lizard Twins, or the Lizard Duo. Infinite wealth would be a lot more. Yeah, I know, right? Or like Pokemon or something. God dang. Yeah, it's like they always give you like what you don't need in the game you don't need it in, you know? Fucker. You fucker. Oh, great. Bastard lizard has got me down bad. Got me down bad. Ah! Ah! Oh no, he's fucking chasing me. He's fucking chasing me. Yes, he is. Bastard. That was kind of cool though, having like a sword fight with them right on the edge of this platform right here by the lava. Kind of cinematic. I like that. Alright, Robo. Later, man. Thanks for hanging out. Hey buddy, what you doing, Randall? Lava Demon, are you still there? It's the Lava Demon. I think we're gonna kill this playthrough because the chat kind of died since Robo left. So, let's play a different game.